consolidated version of Directive 2001/83/EC contains amendments introduced by the Falsified Medicines Directive from 2011 and is up to date as of August 2015. The European Union currently consists of 28 states. The European Economic Area, EEA, consists of 28 EU member states and 3 members of European Free Trade Association, EFTA, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and provisionally also Croatia. One EFTA member, Switzerland, has not joined the EEA, but has a series of bilateral agreements with the EU, which allow it to also participate in the internal market. EU candidate countries such as Turkey, Iceland, Serbia, Montenegro, and Macedonia are also adopting EU standards to varying degree and at a varying speed. There are still significant differences in the implementation of EU law, and national legislation shall always be considered. Directive 2001/83 is the most important piece of legislation in distribution of pharmaceuticals in the European Union. The relevant chapters include definitions, manufacture and importation, labeling and package leaflet, wholesale distribution, brokering, sale at a distance, that is online retail, advertising, and safety announcements. The essential aim of any rules governing the production, distribution, and use of medicinal products must be to safeguard public health. Many operations may cover several member states simultaneously. It is necessary to exercise control over the entire chain of distribution from manufacture or import to supply to the public. The purpose of the directive is to facilitate the withdrawal of defective products from the market if needed. Any wholesaler should be in possession of a special authorization. This is not a new requirement, but the conditions specified in this directive are much more detailed. Authorization must be subject to certain essential conditions, and it is the responsibility of the concerned member state to ensure that such conditions are met. Each member state must recognize authorizations granted by other member states. Some member states impose on wholesalers certain public service obligations. These have to be fair, warranted on grounds of public health protection, and proportionate. Distribution of sample free of charge to the public as part of advertising campaigns is prohibited in the EU. Wholesale distribution stands for all activities consisting of procuring, holding, supplying, or exporting medicinal products apart from supplying them to the public. Brokering means all activities in relation to the sale or purchase of medicinal products, except for wholesale distribution that do not include physical handling and that consist of negotiating. Public service obligation is the obligation placed on wholesalers to guarantee availability of any adequate range of products in a specific geographical area. Falsified medicinal product is any medicinal product with a false representation of its identity, including its packaging and labeling, its name or its composition, or its source, its manufacturer, its country of origin or marketing authorization holder, its history, including the records and documents relating to the distribution channels used. This definition does not include unintentional quality defects. Member states may temporarily authorize the distribution of an unauthorized medicinal product in response to spread of pathogenic agents, toxins, chemical agents, or nuclear radiation. This stands for medical countermeasures. The outbreak of H1N1 pandemic influenza in 2009 highlighted weaknesses in respect of equitable access and purchasing power to obtain pandemic vaccines and medications. The problem of equal access was resolved by adopting of the Joint Procurement Agreement in April 2014. The agreement determines the practical arrangements, defines the decision-making process, and organizes the assessment of tenders. The Joint Procurement Agreement enters into force once 1/3 of the participating states have signed it. The list of EU countries having signed the Joint Procurement Agreement is apparent from the map on the bottom right. Title IV of the directive specifies the rules for manufacture and importation of medicinal products. The holder of a manufacturing authorization has to comply with good manufacturing practices and must only use active substances, which have been manufactured in accordance with the principles of good manufacturing practice and distributed in accordance with good distribution practice. Medicinal products are manufactured from active substances. The holder of a manufacturing authorization has to verify registration of the source of their active substances and verify compliance of their suppliers with good manufacturing practices by on-site audits. It is the responsibility of the member states' GMP and GDP compliance of subjects on their territory, and enter the information provided by the distributors and manufacturers in the UDRA GMDP database, also called the Union database.